Hello, everybody. I'm getting pretty good at that. This is episode 51. Briele is our guest.
Hi.
It's kind of a double guest episode. I don't really feel like I'm hosting. I feel like we're just having a conversation. So
you're a guest
will you
too?
do the introduction? Yeah, go ahead.
No, thank you. I said I wanted you to
All
be
right.
in charge tonight.
Welcome. You're super high maintenance.
Oh, my
You
word.
broke a chair, broke our table.
I think that happened last time.
You
I
requested
broke
a
something.
chair, then you broke the table.
I did request. Yeah, last time I was here. Yeah, I can't believe you're having me back, honestly.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. So this is a follow-up to episode 50, which was what did I think of earlier to call them? A marriage, marriage podcast.
That's very original. Nice.
I had a better name. Yeah, to follow up on the husband-wife podcast that Brock and Stephanie had. Now it's Briele and my turn. Mine and Brielle's turn? Me and Brielle's turn? How does that... You're the grammar police. What's the proper way to say that?
I think it should be Briele and my turn.
You're wrong. It's definitely
Yes,
not.
because you take the one. You're not going to believe me no matter what I say.
I'm regretting asking you. Okay, go ahead.
When you put something...
Go ahead. Sorry.
You're ridiculous. When you want to make something possessive with multiple people, you take the other people out of it, and it's what it would be if it was just you. So you would say, "It's my turn."
That got confusing. I thought it was like if it's in the predicate part of the sentence, you put yourself first. If it's in the subject, you put the other person first. Am I wrong?
And you were snoring at my.
I'm wrong.
You were snoring at my explanation.
This is mine and Brielle's turn.
I do what I want.
Brielle and mine. Now it's Brielle and mine's turn. You say it.
Briele and my turn.
That's not right. That's not right at all.
I'm usually wrong about stuff like this, but I
usually think I'm right, and then sometimes I'm wrong. That's how it
You
goes.
usually think
100% of the time I think I'm right. I'm right
think
like
you care who's right
50%
and
of the
wrong. You just do what you want to do. So it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. You're like, thanks for trying. I'm going to keep doing it my way.
Yes.
So it's fine.
It's really that I'm just going to not know. I'm just going to continue not knowing because I have a bad memory. Yeah. So we thought that we would follow some of the same beginning parts of the podcast with the icebreakers and the cliches because those were fun. So we'll do our own version of that. How did we decide that? You listened to the podcast. I did not have time to listen to it. I would have, but I didn't have time. So I ChatGPT'd it.
That's not surprising. You can let them know what else you ChatGPT'd while you were at it.
Everything. ChatGPT is amazing.
Oh,
so I ChatGPT'd something like summarize the Easier Said podcast episode 50 with Stephanie Rogie and tell me the main talking points. And it like put it into words and I read them and I knew what the podcast was about because, well, yeah, we're on the internet. So it knew what I was talking about. And it like, so I asked it for a transcript. Actually, I said, why don't you just give me a transcript of the podcast? And then I'll read through it quick. Like this afternoon when I got home from work and it wouldn't do that because of copyright laws. And so I'm in the bedroom. Like talking to ChatGPT because I have a broken hand. So I talk to my phone now. I'm like talking to ChatGPT saying like, I'm one of the hosts. I give you permission to give me the transcript. And at one point I was like, look at the IP address of my phone as proof that I am I am Nick Kilionski. It wouldn't do it. It wouldn't give me a transcript, but it did say, all right, fine. Instead of a transcript, I'll give you a summary transcript. Like it made up a transcript summarizing the points of the podcast. And that was good enough. It was like it wrote its own version of what was actually said or like paraphrased. It like paraphrased it. So it wasn't like illegal. Anyway. And then you just actually listened to it. So I think we're going to get more from what you listened to than what I got from ChatGPT. They have a long way to go. I didn't really get a whole lot out of it, but anyway, so I feel like the ice is broken, but we'll do icebreakers.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I would like to preface this by saying that Nick didn't let me see the notes that he was taking.
Nope.
So I'm just putting that out there. If really.
So, sorry.
Really, right to the microphone. Oh my word.
Okay.
That's like number 4 on our table manners poster. Do not slurp. It's fine.
Oh yeah, we can't forget to talk about that. Funny parenting things that happened like 2 hours ago. Isla and Rocky lost. Isla and Rocky lost. Freaked out. Freaked out. Funny story. Okay. All right. So we'll do the same exact icebreakers as Brock and Stephanie.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Just jumping right into it. I cannot see the iPad because the microphone.
Move it.
Okay. Who takes longer? I feel like you should be doing this segment. I'm just going to be reading off the thing. Who takes longer to get ready and what's the real reason? Let me ask ChatGPT. Okay, you can answer first. Ladies first.
Okay. I take longer to get ready because I'm also getting the kids ready. Oh.
This was supposed to be a fun. Why would you do that? Like, this was supposed to be fun. Do you? Oh yeah, I also got.
What makes it not fun?
You and I are like reversing roles this evening. I could tell the shirt story. Or well, on the way, here, Brielle's in the passenger seat of the car, and she looks over at me and she goes, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing under that? My top, my shirt." And I said, "Why?" And she did not want to say that she didn't like my top. Now imagine, reverse those roles. Imagine if I looked over at you and said, "Hey, what are you wearing under that?"
I don't have anything to take off.
You were wearing a jacket. You were wearing a jacket in the car. Imagine if I looked over and said, "Hey, what are you wearing under that?" As if it wasn't like, "I hate your top. I'm hoping you take it off for the podcast." But you would not admit that that's why you were asking me. We didn't really finish that conversation, but I still think that
Would you like to finish it here?
That's ultimately what you were getting at, is you didn't like my top. You didn't like my top, and you wanted me to take it off. It's like, does this dress make me look fat? Right? Like, that's what you did to me. And just imagine. And so, anyway, what you just did was like another thing like that.
What did I do?
I'm lost. What were we talking about? Who takes long? Oh, yeah, because you get the kids ready.
Oh, yes.
Like, you can't... You're just making it, what I do, like, you're making it confrontational immediately. Okay, so
That's not very like me. You're right.
No.
Bring it.
Because you're getting the kids ready. What am I doing while you're getting the kids ready?
Literally not getting ready.
Specifically?
You're just on the couch.
What do you think I'm doing?
You're on the couch on your phone until I'm getting their shoes on. And then you're like, "Oh, I got to run shower."
Right. So what's actually going through my head is I have time to shower, do my own thing and get myself ready and get the kids ready all in that same time frame. Whereas like you're like, you need 30 extra minutes to do all of that. But so I'm not saying that I'm right. Like, I think what would be healthy in our marriage is if I realized like, well, Brielle's doing it now, so I should get up and help her take care of the kids and do it now. But like, just to have an excuse when I'm forgetful of that, like, marriage thing, like that I should get up and help you get the kids ready when you're doing it, not when I think it should be done. Not that I think it should be done a certain time. What's going on is like, in my mind, I'm like, I can do all of it in like the last 10 minutes.
Right. Which could you? Like, you probably could.
I could,
you
but not
could.
a way that you would like it. I would have the kids maybe dress differently. I maybe would skip coats. I would maybe have them
You'd skip hair.
I'd probably do a lot. I probably would skip things that I wouldn't even think of that you think of. It's not that I skip them on purpose. It's that you would just think of more things to do to get them ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not like...
You are faster than I am. Like, if we're doing anything, you're going to beat me 10 times out of 10. And
I would do it a little bit more like militaristically too.
Right.
Whereas you're a lot more like gentle and loving with the kids. Whereas I'm like, all right, let's go, go, go. I'm not yelling at them, but like I'm definitely more abrupt when it's time to like get up and get ready. Mm-hmm. And whereas, you don't boss them around and hurry them up as much. You just take longer.
Right.
But I should still help you. We should just do it your way. It's probably the right thing. Again, I think I don't do it consciously, but I need to consciously remember to do it.
I feel like I'm doing well. I feel like I'm doing well in the podcast
I'm making
already.
excuses for the camera. All right.
Like that was supposed to make you look good because I'm the one that takes longer, but I got it, switched around.
So go away. Keyboard.
That's the point, right? Oh,
yeah. So you think that you take longer to get ready because you're getting the kids ready, and what I'm doing is sitting on the couch on my phone. I thought you were going to say I would be in the bathroom, like using the bathroom last minute or something.
You haven't answered the question.
I think that you take longer to get ready. And I think the reason is because I would have said something that I think is complementary to you getting the kids ready. The reason why you take longer is that I get ready so fast because I get up last minute and do it. Yeah, I only need like 15 minutes to get ready. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think that sometimes you also change outfits a lot. I don't know, maybe not last minute, but you'll spend a little bit more time getting dressed than I do.
Yep.
That's a pretty big reason.
For sure. Yeah, like I think if it was just the two of us, I would take 25 minutes. You would take 5 minutes.
Right. If we could go back to our marriage before kids, which was like 8 months, or no, I guess like 17 months technically.
Yeah.
Because right.
The
9 months of being pregnant. So anyway, yeah. In the first year and a half of our marriage, I can't remember that. I can't remember back that far.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you take long. I just get ready so fast. Yeah. I don't need a ton of time to get ready. Yeah. I never have. I can but the thing is, I don't do less.
We've already established that I'm high maintenance.
The set is falling apart. I do all the same stuff as everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't do less. I take a shower. I brush my teeth. I don't there's things that I don't do before I leave the house. What are you looking at your watch for?
How long are we going to spend on each icebreaker question?
I need to come back. I need to crawl back from the pit that is I get the kids ready and you do nothing comment.
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
I'm very cleanly. I don't leave the house without showering and brushing my teeth and all that. I do the same thing. I just do it faster. Okay. All right. Who would last longer in an apocalypse? This is a good one. Do we want to take turns? Who goes first? Or do you want to go first every time?
I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, I asked you first.
Okay, then I'll go first every time.
Typical. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You would.
Okay. Why do you think that?
I think that I would be dead before the apocalypse was even at the door.
Why?
I think I would just be like, oh, that's coming. I'll just die now.
What about the kids? That's so selfish of you.
Okay. The kids aside. Yes, that's a very different.
Yeah. Just the fun aspect of the question.
Yes, please.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't last. Yeah. I wouldn't last 2 minutes.
Why not? You just don't it's just reminds you of conflict and you don't like conflict. So you'll just avoid everything. And why, we're talking about a specific scenario. Why not?
I just think that I don't do well taking care of myself. So if
you want to expound on that.
If you and I were in the apocalypse together, I think I would last as long as you lasted.
Which wouldn't be very long if we're segueing to my answer.
Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think, I don't know. I feel like I'm a very in the middle person. I'm not one way, I'd be awesome in an apocalypse, but I'm also not the first to die.
Okay.
I'd be season 3 of Walking Dead. That's when I die. Okay. I don't last the whole show, but I don't die right away either. That's me. Yeah. I'm not I don't feel super heroic or what's the word? Resourceful in that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's so many movies where dad sees apocalypse coming, dad travels family to safety. And I'm probably not that guy, but I might last a little bit. Be all right for a little bit. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one because there's just I don't know. I'd have to think a little bit more on that one.
Are there different types of apocalypse or is it all one general
just
thing?
In general, first world system is in shambles and survival goes back to like your basic needs and not being readily available and how long do you survive? And then there's the various scenarios that come with what is the apocalypse. Like, well, is it zombies? Is it nuclear fallout? Like that has its own specific like variations, but like in general, the idea is like in an apocalypse, your ready resources are no longer a thing. And so you have to find out how to get your basic needs that aren't just right down the road anymore, that kind of thing.
Okay. Because I think I would be okay, like going back to gardens and going back to those kinds of things, but not fighting.
But with what?
Not fighting.
We don't like, first of all, literally, like we are not like, what are those called? What is it called when you like hoard for the apocalypse? What's that called? Oh, what preppers? Yeah, like doomsday preppers. Like we got nothing at the house. Like we've got Cocoa Puffs, and if we don't got Cocoa Puffs, we're all dead.
We have enough toilet paper to last us till the next grocery trip when I buy toilet paper again. That is how I shop.
If we planted the Cocoa Puffs, would that give us more Cocoa Puffs? Like we don't even know how to garden. Like you talk about gardening. Like I could go back to planting stuff.
The things he wants me to plant, I'm like, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think we would both probably last just as long as the other.
Okay. All right. Together, we do better together.
Yeah. Who's more likely to forget an anniversary? This is easy.
I don't think either of us are very prone to forgetting anniversaries.
Yeah.
We would both be about the same.
Okay, the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have said me.
I think we would both remember them about the same.
I would have said me, but probably as much as you, which is.
I don't think you've forgotten.
Likely.
Yeah, like you've even remembered little.
It's because we put them on the calendar.
Well, that's a way of remembering them.
Yeah, if we didn't have the calendar,
do what you gotta do.
I would remember our anniversary, our actual anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it.
Okay, without a calendar, I would still remember all of ours.
Yeah.
Like all of
this isn't like birthdays and stuff, right? Because like when it comes to like kids' birth, one of the most embarrassing things that I've experienced as like an adult is when you are at say you're picking up a prescription for your kids and they ask you their birthday and you can't answer it right away. It's like super awkward. But I assume that they understand. Maybe they don't remember their kids' birthdays. But if they ask me Levi's birthday, I'm like, there's so many numbers to remember. And I'm like, but then that adds the embarrassment adds pressure. And then I'm even worse at remembering.
Side question. Do you know my cell phone number by heart?
Yeah.
Okay. I know yours too, but yeah, I think that it's getting more and more common to not know people's cell phone numbers because we don't have to because we have smartphones.
Well, like not your spouse though.
Hopefully not, but
I think yours is the only number I know. I don't know anybody else's number.
Yeah.
Let's think real quick. Well, I know our home phone.
And you know the cafe. I
sometimes know our home phone. That's actually, I like 50% of the time remember it because it's too many 4s and 5s. Or is it? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think the only one that I know is your number for sure.
Okay, cool. Anyway, keep going.
We're just going to go to the next question. Who's the better cook? This is a hot button, like we're probably going to have a fight tonight kind of question.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
We've struggled with this before. Like since we're having a podcast about marriage, like the cooking thing has been like we've had to work through cooking. Yeah. We can get into it.
Sure.
I don't think either of us is better than the other. I don't think I'm a better cook than you. Does that surprise you? Did you think I was going to say me?
No. Did you think that
Yes, I did.
That you would
I thought you'd be surprised by my answer. I don't think I'm a better cook than you. I genuinely don't. So I think we're the same.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're a better cook than me.
Right. Because I'm assuming you think that because cooking is like, is there who can follow a recipe or who can like modify and adjust things and make food without completely needing a recipe and understanding how flavors work and and how ingredients go into flavors, like that whole thing.
There's a lot of different
I'm
aspects.
not that good at it.
Yeah, but I will follow a recipe. And if it tastes bad in the end, I'm like, oh, bummer. The recipe tastes bad. But right. I feel like you're better at, you can follow a recipe and then you can be like, oh, let's try, maybe it needs a little bit of this. And then you can like make it taste good.
You really don't think you can do that?
No.
I don't think I don't honestly, I take 2 steps back here. I don't think that I do that as well as you think I do. Can you name a time where I was cooking a recipe and it was not a good recipe and then I like made it amazing? Because I can't really.
Well,
I mostly follow recipes, I feel like.
I don't know. But you're also, you will experiment more.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only thing I can think of close to what you're saying is like, if I made chicken in the pan and we were having chicken and rice, I know how to like throw some cream and what's the other thing? What's the other thing? Like, I don't know, some red wine vinegar and cream or whatever in the pan and like turn the stuff into a sauce to put over it. But that's like root memorization. I only know how to do that because it's the same thing every time. I don't think I do it. I don't know. I don't think I'm a great cook. No. Yeah. I think you think subconsciously that like I can flip a pancake and that blows your mind.
Yes,
and that makes me a good cook. But
that is.
I'm not that great a cook.
I don't know how.
You're deceived. I've deceived you unintententionally with my flipping.
I feel like anybody that can flip a pancake is just.
I left the plastic
way beyond me.
I left the plastic on my cheese tonight. I'm not that great. I bit into my bagel sandwich and I pulled the plastic off the cheese. True. Yeah. Okay. I came up with one of my own.
Oh.
That I don't think you know about.
I don't. You're just throwing me for a loop here.
Okay. Who is the balloon and who is the string?
Okay. You are the balloon, and I am the string.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, is there ever even an exception?
You don't think you're a balloon ever?
I don't. Am I? If I'm the balloon, I'm my own string. I don't know. Like, am I? You think I'm ever the balloon?
I think you're just as much a balloon as you are a string. I don't think you're as much a string as the typical like string to the balloon. As far as my relationship as the balloon with you, the string, I don't feel I don't feel hugely strung down. Like I think we're pretty, I might be a bigger balloon than you, but like, I'm a hot air balloon. I'm a hot air. Why? I can't close my eyes.
It was such a long time.
I'm a hot air balloon. I'm sorry. It's okay. I forgive you. I'm a hot air balloon. And a lot of people are going to hear that and think, oh, yeah, we know. No, not like that, like full of himself.
I thought you were going to say full of hot air.
A balloon without a string.
Oh.
Because sometimes I get an idea and like there ain't no string strong enough to stop me. Like the addition we're going to build off the back of our house.
We're not
like,
going to.
That's happening.
No.
Sometimes I get married to an idea and like it would take a lot to convince me that like I can't do it. But I think, I don't know, some of these questions I feel like go a little bit deeper. Like in our marriage, in the last 9 years that we've been married, you have done a really impressive job. Lexi's calling me. Bummer. I can't answer. You've done a pretty good job of like being supportive of me. Like a lot of the stuff that our family has done in the direction that we've taken is because you knew like when to let me be the balloon. Mm-hmm. I just think that if you are a string, you know when to be a string and you know when not to be a string.
That's good.
And I'm not so good at knowing when to not be a balloon. I think you're better at your role than even I am at mine. Like I'm going to be a balloon no matter what. It's kind of selfish. I could be better at that.
No.
But you are unselfishly a string. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, one thing that's been trouble with me being the string
what?
Is that sometimes I'm coming at it from a feeling place position. And you
what?
You that doesn't hold up for you. Like that doesn't hold up in court. So then I have to try to figure out my feelings and translate them into like thoughts and logic in order to convince you that why I'm being a string is legit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You get that?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm wondering,
Because I think a lot of times my stringiness comes from, it's this feeling. It's gut. It's like my gut.
Right. And I don't have a gut. I don't feel like I usually have a gut. So I can't really listen to something I don't have.
Moving on.
I wonder if I could be better at using the same tactic with you in reverse. Like, I'm heavily logical.
Wow.
And if you're more, feeling or emotional, gut feeling or whatever, if when I have something that I really want to try or whatever, like if I were to translate it backwards, the same as what you think you have to do with me.
Yeah, my eyes just got super big. That would be, I'd like to see it. That's interesting.
Because you would actually, it would work?
I don't know.
Oh, to me, I feel like it's just tricking you.
I don't know how you could do that.
Right. Well, I'd be like, think of all the fun the kids would have. Like something like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's the best I can think of.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just deception, though. You're just always deceiving me.
No, it's figuring out how to speak my language. It's not deception.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess if I was being honest about it, it's possible. Yeah. If it was what I thought was good, like.
Yeah, because it does have to be legit. Like you have to literally translate the logic into feeling. Because that's what I have to do. I have to take the gut and like turn it into words. Yeah. Yeah, as long as it wasn't like a sales pitch. But telling you what I think is so great about it is the point, right? Like that's not bad. Obviously, if I want to do something, it's for a reason. It's just translating the reasons, and you still may not like it. But what would be an example of this, so that we're not just talking about nothing? Like, I'm not good at coming up with stuff on the spot.
Oh, like getting a dog. That was a big one. That's a perfect example.
Okay.
Like 2 years ago when I was like trying to convince you we should I was wrong about this, by the way. Let's just lead with that. We learned the hard way. Yeah. Like I wanted to get a dog and I wanted to see if we could go, cause you bred puppies growing up, a little bit growing up, like in your later years or whatever.
And I loved it.
Yeah. And you knew it and you already knew how to do it. And I was like, we're in our house now. Like we have kids, like it would be fun to get a dog. And if we have one, it would be also to breed. So let's get one we can breed. And it felt perfect. You did not want my dog though. You did not want a dog.
I did not.
So in this case, I was the balloon, but you weren't the string in this traditional sense of like, whoa. Like, have you thought this through?
I did for years.
It was more like you were the string and like, you just didn't want to do it.
But for a lot of years, I talked you out of it. Yeah. I was like, no, we're not doing this.
And then fast forward, we got a dog.
I gave in.
It did not work out. Like we are not really a dog house right now. We learned the hard way. We're not ready. We're just not dog ready.
I knew.
Yeah. We have way too much going on.
Learned. It was just confirmed for me.
Yeah. You were a good sport. You gave it a go.
Oh.
You just don't complain. You could complain more. You know that? Would you do that for me? Make me feel like less of a bad person. Okay. That is it for icebreakers. Do you have any other good ones? I had a good one. Balloon and string.
Oh, my word.
You going to contribute anything?
No.
Okay, we can move on. So, cliches. I think those are marriage cliches. Yes, they are.
Okay.
These are like marriage cliches. Do opposites really attract?
Wouldn't it be funny if I just like copied Brock and Stephanie's answer word for word?
As also could I from my ChatGPT.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, do opposites attract? I think that they can, and I think that they do in some degree because you see a lot of marriages where one person is this way and one person is that way. Like, one person's a saver and one person's a spender, and so they have to like figure out how to
don't spoil the next segment.
They have to figure out how to make that work, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I think that sometimes it does, because with every stereotype, it feels like there's one that's one way and one that's the other way. Mm-hmm. But I think you and I are very different. Very different.
Have you always thought that?
What?
9 years
Do you
ago
feel
when we
like
got
that's
married.
negative if I say that?
I don't know. It's hard to hear you say it that way and not be like, where's that coming from?
I don't feel like it's a bad thing.
Do you think when we got, do you think that you felt that way when we were like dating, engaged, got married? I think no.
No, but I feel like we've realized more and more. Yeah. I feel like I've realized more and more how different we are.
Yeah. I think that we felt very similar for most of our early relationships. Like, I think there's something to just when you get along so well and you're having such a honeymoon phase, which is question 3. There's I think you can be tricked into thinking, oh, we're so similar. Like we must be, I don't know. I think it felt like I think there's a difference between well-matched and similar, and we didn't know the difference at the time. It was confusing. Like, I think I would have thought we're so similar. Like we get along so well. Mm-hmm. It's not the same thing.
And if you were to bring up certain topics, we might think the same way about them. Like we're on the same page about a lot of stuff, but I guess I feel like personality-wise, we're very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
You are an introvert and I'm an extrovert. Mm-hmm. You are logical and I am feeling.
You can also be very logical sometimes though. So
I
can be very feeling sometimes too.
Right. It's not that I
get angry.
It's just more like, no, I hold to what I said originally.
Okay, well, you can do that. Okay, I don't think that opposites attract. I think sometimes they do, but not as a law. Like, I don't even think the phrase is meant to be taken as like 100% of the time either. I think it's a dumb phrase because opposites attract. I think it means, I think the saying implies sometimes, and it's like, yeah, of course sometimes. I don't think the saying means opposites always, like anybody who is together is opposites. I don't think the saying implies that.
But do you think that if you're one way, that you look for the things that you're not in a spouse?
Sometimes, yeah, of course. I think people think differently. Some people might think about that and desire that, and other people are like, I don't freaking care. And like, they don't look for, like, it's not that deep for everybody, maybe. Mm-hmm. I think we're all so different. Yeah. People look for different things for different reasons. Yeah. Or don't look at all. And then they end up with what they get. I don't know. And like, people are happy. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Do opposites really attract? Sometimes, which I think is the original point. But I personally think that I would maybe lean the opposite direction. That you shouldn't, I don't know, maybe that's meant to encourage people who feel like why is that phrase even a thing? Is it to encourage people who found, I don't really know where it depends on where it originates. Like who said that first?
Deja vu. Have we talked about this before?
Oh, we're going to debate that. That's a good one. Deja vu. You think deja vu means something it does not mean. In the world, you need to be exposed.
I do not.
Tell Brielle, what's deja vu?
Deja vu is the feeling you can't start shaking your head already. Is the feeling you get when you feel like something has happened before.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Yeah. I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm. And maybe,
I see where you're going. I see how you're trying to get me.
What you've said to me before.
Okay. And the reason for that might be because a part of it is related to something that has actually happened.
You've changed, man.
That's different?
That's what I would say too.
What?
Yeah, no, we've argued about this before, and your answer was, it's because it has happened before and it just feels familiar.
Yes, because something similar has happened, which is what brings the familiar feeling.
Oh,
I know, we have. I don't know, maybe I've changed. I probably have.
You've seen the light?
I probably have.
Deja vus are like dreams. They're amazing. They're like a weird biological thing.
Oh, I don't like them. No, they make me feel.
What? Dreams or deja vu?
Deja vu.
Why?
That's a creepy feeling.
Isn't that weird?
This has happened before.
I wonder if deja vu happens so every time I have deja vu, I'm like, how long does it last? Does it last the exact same amount of time every time? Because it always comes back and like, was that the same time as last time it happened? Is it like always 23 seconds? You know,
that you're like in deja vu.
It doesn't seem like it happens for a short time or a longer time. They all feel the same. Isn't that weird?
Well, the one I just had was very, very short.
Was it?
Yeah.
Though but did you keep thinking about it though?
And that is.
Did you keep thinking about it? Sometimes I've been able to like, okay, like, oh, yep, that's it. Still going. If you think about it.
Yes.
Okay.
But this time I didn't. So
maybe it was still happening. You just didn't know it.
Maybe I brought myself out of it.
You're so smart. Your brain sped it back up to normal processing speed. Okay. We'll move on. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say about what we were talking about, that maybe the term opposites attract come from incompatibilities within marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
To make yourself feel better?
Well, every marriage has a lot of incompatibility.
True.
So maybe that's where it's coming from. Like, oh, I pile on all the covers. I lay there and fry. It's like, incompatibility. You know the song.
I get the kids ready. You just sit on the couch all day.
Incompatibility.
Never go to bed angry. I'm gonna be real honest on this one.
Go for it.
You want me to go first?
Oh, yes.
You're gonna have to like not let me go first all the time, or not let me talk too much.
I thought I was going first every time.
Because, well, that was according to you.
That was just for the icebreaker.
I was just warning everybody that I'm going to be quite honest about this one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think that might be one of the worst pieces of marriage advice I've ever heard. Yeah. That I've heard. There's lots of marriage advice. So people are going to hear that and be like, that's not the worst. The worst that I've heard. Like,
personally, or just like
personally,
out there?
Not even that has been said to me, but just of the marriage advice that I know, like, is out there, like, that's got to be up there with some of the worst. Nothing. My parents used to say nothing good happens after midnight. It's kind of like that. It's like sometimes it's wise to like put the emotions away that come late at night and like try again the next day. And if your marriage is strong, you can do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you shouldn't have to resolve an issue if you have like a quality, strong marriage. You should be able to curb it for a bit.
But it's so hard to like go to sleep feeling upset, isn't it? I mean, for me, it is.
Yeah, if you're genuinely upset. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. That's true too. I just remember one time early on in our marriage, we stayed up all night. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I don't remember what we were talking about, but we stayed up. I remember seeing the clock at 3 a.m. and being so, when I looked over and saw the clock was 3 a.m., I was so angry that I wasn't going to get any sleep that night. And I had to go to work the next day, and you had to get up, and we probably didn't have kids yet. Maybe we had one. I don't know. Yeah. But no consequences for you. You could just sleep in.
Right. I wasn't working.
I think I remember being like, man, I wish I could have that time back, and we could have talked about this anytime. But like, you lose and then the argument, I think I can see the argument being like, well, you're gonna like one night sleep is more important than your marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
yeah. I mean, yeah, not in the sense that they're saying, but like, come on, who hasn't been there where it's like, yeah, you could just go to bed and get a good night's sleep, right? Because
you're saying you're saying things you don't mean, and you're more upset than you actually really are. Mm-hmm.
Just to like dumb it down and quantify it a bit, like when you wake up the next morning and you guys have your heads back on your shoulders and you may resolve that dispute in an hour. But at night, with all of the effects of the late night and you're tired and the brain chemistry and the emotions, it might take 3 hours to resolve the same issue. That's kind of like maybe like the kind of reducing it down to like how I think about it a little bit. It's not a time thing. It's like, you also don't want to risk saying something hurtful, because then you exacerbate the problem. Because when the emotions come in, you end up saying something hurtful potentially. Right? It just doesn't seem like a good idea. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't really line up for me. Sorry, my turn again. Is that okay?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, you talk so much. Yes, I do. So, okay. Also, what was it? Yeah, I forgot what it was. Okay, you can go. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Maybe it'll come back to me.
Somebody told me the opposite before we got married. Actually, us. I think we were together.
Us told us the opposite?
Told us. They told us. I think it was in...
Names. Drop names.
Premarital counseling. Is that what it's called?
Oh, nice. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And I'm not going to drop names just in case I don't have it right. But yes, basically said it's okay to put the argument aside, reassure each other that you're on the same team. It's going to get worked out. You know, it's not just being pushed under the rug and go to sleep and be rested and then address at a later time.
Yeah. Well, you said that in a lot fewer words than I did. Nice.
Well, I was just pointing it out that we actually had that advice.
I went around and around and around, and you just went right to the point. Good. I remember what I was going to say. We had to come up with like a marriage tactic. I don't even know how long. We haven't, like a marriage tactic.
We had to come up
with We came up with a marriage tactic a little while ago. I don't know, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
The start over thing, where like if an argument goes sideways, we kind of gave each other permission to like at any point, one of us could say, okay, can we start over? And the other person has no choice but cannot refuse. We've tried it. We've done it a few times, and like sometimes it's easier said than done. But like I think that was a good thing. I was going to say about the going to bed early or going to bed without resolving something. I feel like maybe you could get your marriage to a point where like you could have that stopping point, kind of like the start over thing, where you have the maturity to get your emotions in check and be like, the same as like saying start over, and the other person says, okay. Like if I'm like yelling about something and like I'm upset, and you're like, we need to have this conversation where you're not yelling at me. Let's start over. I have to like instantly let the anger go away and say, okay, we said that we would say, okay. Kind of like that. Like if you're,
that was also marriage advice that we had gotten.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just want to put that out there. It's good.
From premarital counseling?
I don't know. I think it was when we were married.
Oh, okay.
Just having a conversation.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
But
yeah, kind of like that. Like if you're, man, I don't know how to say this without being like a little bit, not to make this sound any kind of way, but like it'd be good if you had a healthy marriage where like you could do that. Like in the midst of an argument where both of you could be like, all right, we're both going to go to bed. We're both okay with that. Yes. Versus what you were saying earlier is like, it's hard to go to bed when you're so angry.
Yeah.
Well, like if you can do the start over thing, can't you do the go to bed thing? I don't know. I just think it's better than fighting till the all wee hours of the morning.
Yeah.
We've only talked about fighting, not so much about like resolving something. That's kind of a different thing, but still, I think that could be done the next day too.
Another piece of advice that we've gotten is not to start. What do they say? Don't start a
you can't finish.
serious conversation after 9 p.m.
Same principle.
And I feel like that saved me more often because
okay.
I've actively been like, okay, I would like to bring this up, but it's too late. It's too late tonight.
I'll just
stuff it again and not actually bring it up. No, I'm just kidding.
I will try to lollygag all of my chores until after 9. So that you can't yell at me if I didn't unload the dishwasher if it's after 9.
All of your chores.
Yeah. All my chores. Okay. Does the honeymoon phase end?
This is a tough one.
Does it ever even exist?
Mind blown.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to get. Yeah, the spirit of the phrase. I understand. It's that feeling of all good. Marriage is easy because you haven't had any real problems yet.
Fun. I think of it as being like very fun, lovey, maybe.
Yeah. You have to go first this time, or else I'm going to get accused of dominating the show.
Okay. I am going to say that I think at some point in marriage, the rubber hits the road, and you have to, at that point, it becomes a choice to keep the honeymoon phase going.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like
once again,
I do think
you hit it right in
I do think that there's a time where it's effortless. The honeymoon phase feels effortless.
Right.
Like it's,
why do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know if I can say because it
I
comes.
Because you don't have any real problems yet.
Well, here's the thing though. The honeymoon phase can be at different points in people's marriage. So like people can have really, really first hard years. Sorry, really hard first years. That's what I meant to say. And then they really do a lot of good work in their marriage. And then like they get the honeymoon phase where it's like, this is great.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's
unconventional route, but yeah, I would think, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think most marriages start off great and then have that honeymoon phase ending. I think I've heard of some marriages that were rough for, here's the thing. Maybe those marriages started off great for like 6 months. Like maybe it was just their honeymoon
dating phase
was different, was shorter. Yeah. I tend to think it's just like, you just don't have any problems. Like you haven't had to face a financial crisis with your spouse yet. You haven't had to budget for anything. You haven't had the feeling of not being able to afford groceries. You haven't had children yet. Like,
I don't know because
that's when I think, like you said, the rubber hits the road. And then you have to figure out how to navigate hard stuff.
Yeah, but the rubber hitting the road could also just be like personality differences coming out because you're, living together or like like there were things when you're in the same house with a person, like things start coming out.
Yeah.
So that
could be different things for different people. Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
Oh, yeah. Fancy.
Yeah. You're right. The reason for the honeymoon phase ending fast or lasting longer or whatever could be for a plethora of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like personality stuff. Sometimes it's real world stuff. Sometimes it's,
With the honeymoon,
could be different
with
things.
the honeymoon phase question, I feel like a lot of times women get the comment in the early years, they might get the comment like, "Oh, enjoy it while it lasts," referring to the husband's like attention or I guess how attentive the husband is, or boyfriend, fiance, whatever. And it'll be a woman that gets that comment more than a man, which that's just my experience. Have you ever had anybody tell you enjoy it while it lasts?
I don't think so. But I have heard that in the culture, the zeitgeist. And I don't know if that's generally because I've heard it. It's because it was something I heard like in the context, what you're saying, like it's a woman receiving it. Or if like men get the same thing, I don't know.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay. So do you think that there's something that switches? It's like, cause this is kind of a stereotype that something switches when you either get engaged or get married, where it's like, okay, now I've got her. I can stop the pursuit, air quotes.
I don't know. Do you feel that way? If you do lie, this is going out to the public.
I'm asking you, babe.
No, I never related to that.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I obviously have heard that.
Producer.
I have heard that. I have heard that. Yes. Not the other thing, but I've heard that.
Okay.
And I don't think I ever felt like that.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Nope.
Interesting.
Doesn't mean I didn't do it, but I never felt it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of the marriage cliches, and so we're gonna divert now from the Brock and Stephanie thing and kind of do our own thing.
Okay.
This is podcast. Technically, you are the guest, so why don't you tell me some things you love about me? What's one thing you love about Nick? Okay, I want to ask you a random question. Take it as far as you want to go with it, and it is kind of putting you on the spot.
I know my heart is beating fast.
So, what is?
Do you know I do well with expectations?
Yeah, the suspense.
This is rough.
Oh. You are not okay. One thing in our marriage that hasn't been like we don't watch a ton of movies together.
That is true.
Because you
don't want to watch Pride and Prejudice, and frankly, I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know.
We
could watch so much movies together.
So much movies, yeah. I do like. I like all movies. Like I don't discriminate. I will watch a rom-com, and I'll watch. Actually, that's not true. I don't like all movies. I do not like horror movies. I do not like gore, like all that. I'm too old for that. I don't have the gut for it. But besides like the rated R violent stuff, like I like all kinds of movies, thrillers, dramas, suspense, superhero movies, rom-coms. I even like Pride and Prejudice. Like I'll sit on the couch and watch that, and it entertains me. If anything, it's funny to listen to them talk about stupid stuff. But you are like the opposite. You like one or two things, and you will not watch anything else with me. So like we haven't been movie watching couple typically. Although to give you more credit than I just did, you have watched some stuff with me. That I'm not being entirely clear. In the 10 years we've been married, we watched
tell them all the stuff that I've watched for you.
We watched the Hunger Game movies together, and that was fun. Like you did enjoy that because you kind of knew. I kind of told you about the books that I was reading, and the long story short, you don't love the suspense that comes in movies. Like no. It got to a point where like even the Marvel movies were hard. You were like, I'll enjoy them the second time I watch them.
That's right.
Which just cracks me up.
Yeah.
That just cracks me up.
Give me a movie the second time around, and then I'll have fun watching it. Yep.
So the only person I've met like that.
So true.
You're so special and unique, and I love you. So anyway.
Wait a second.
What were we talking about?
Wait a second. You have to at least say Star Wars that I've watched every Star Wars video.
There is some yes. Yep. I have some movies that I like from my childhood that I love, and Star Wars, I love the Rocky series.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah. I love Top Gun's my favorite movie. And you've watched all of them with me. Yeah. You even read the Harry Potter books.
I did. I won't watch those movies.
I won't either. They're dumb.
But
they're
the
bad.
books,
They're terrible.
Yeah, I read the books for you.
Yeah, it's not just movies. It's really like we love books and stuff too. And you've read a lot of books and watched a lot. Well, I guess just the Harry Potter books. Yeah, you've watched enough movies that I can't really say that we don't that you don't watch the same movies that I watch. It's not entirely true. You are a good sport, that's for sure.
But I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't just like watch anything with me.
No. So. And I'm pretty resistant to the idea. Like if you bring it up, I'm like, for a while.
Yeah. Which is fine. I operate well in solitude, so it doesn't really bother me. Like I don't mind watching a movie alone. That's okay with me. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely prefer to watch it with you, but I'm fine not to. So what is something that people might not know about you?
Wait a second. Is this where we were going from the movie thing?
Yep. No, this is the question I was going to ask you and put you on the spot. Where you don't like suspense, you didn't know the question was. We got sidetracked because of the not knowing and the suspense thing.
Okay.
It's like movies with you. You don't like the suspense.
Okay.
So I ask you the question a second time then, just like the movies, and that makes it better. What's something people might not know about you?
Lighthearted or serious?
Both. Like radio said, both.
Okay. I think that that nobody knows about me, or just that like people.
Time out. You watched Friday Night Lights with me. That was a big one. That's a rough one, and you watched it with me.
Did I?
Yeah, it's like my favorite football movie of all time. It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, we did. Just watch
you
that.
Watched the like. Yeah. Sometimes you really surprise the pants off me.
Yeah, but I'm good with sports movies always.
Yeah, but that one's like
kind of on the
that one's definitely on the like. It's not just a sports movie. It's like sensitive and suspenseful and.
Well, I cried, so
yeah,
that was not a fun time.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant movie. It's a bit depressing.
I don't like being sad.
So
in movies,
yeah, you
especially.
Do. Yeah, I don't think you deserve the title. Whatever the title is, you're a good sport. Oh. You do watch some movies. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know like how deep do you? Okay, I'm just. I don't think that everybody would know that I'm pretty musical. I would say I'm pretty musical. I mean, hello, I was in a bluegrass band when I was a teenager.
We need to get a banjo.
I played banjo.
Yeah, we need to get a banjo.
Oh, my word. Shout out to my old bluegrass peeps. Okay. But I play piano and guitar. I love to sing. And yes, have dabbled in some other instruments as well. So I don't think that that's something that comes up a lot because, yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Something more serious. Oh, my word. You didn't give me enough time.
We'll wait in silence. No pressure.
Yeah.
This is the deep one.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
I'm trying to think of one too.
Yeah. Maybe this is something that everybody has, but I feel like I always have a lot that I'm working on improving all the time.
Do you mean like because you enjoy that? Like you like to move on to the next thing and like fix something? Like you like that as a personality trait or?
No.
Because you're flipping one? Ugh.
Yeah. No, because there's just a lot. There's just a lot of things to be working on.
Sounds like your inner critic.
I'm always, it's not quite, nothing's quite good enough. Which is funny because something else that people might not know about me is that I'm a pretty good enough is good enough kind of person.
In what way, pour a hemple?
Like if I'm going to like put something on the wall, like hang art.
You want to go ahead and...
Your nose is twitching.
You want to go ahead and tell the audience what kind of dictator you've lived with for the last 10 years?
Yes, you guys. He will not let me put holes in the walls.
That is
won't.
That is just...
How can I know what I like on the walls?
That paints me in such a bad light.
I think the direct quote when we moved into our house was, "Just so you know, we will not be putting a lot of holes in these walls."
Finish the sentence. Frivolously.
So I want to put something up and see if I like it and then take it down. And no experimenting. So you just anyway, but no.
I have loosened up on that. I gave you permission. That sounds bad. Like 6 months ago. I've since told you like it's okay. I realize it's stupid. Just have at it. And you
downstairs?
Don't you do this on the podcast. Don't you act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Upstairs in the middle room.
No. Back when I told you I would give you like $2,000 to redo the living room however you wanted, it was also like, and you know what? Just hang stuff. Just go for it. I don't care. I got sick of you whining about not liking the living room.
Yeah, well,
no, I'm just kidding.
You got 8 years of undoing to undo. I
definitely to amend your statement. It was more like I really meant in spirit. It may not have come out, but what I actually meant was, I'd prefer if we didn't like put something on the wall and then like just to not like it and move it 2 weeks later. And then we have like 70 million holes to fill from all of our experimenting.
Yeah. And that's my MO, isn't it? I'm like,
I don't know. Honestly,
I'm like,
I have no idea.
Let's put this here and see if it works. Oh, nope, it doesn't. Let's put it over there and see. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that.
I think maybe, I don't even know if I knew that you were like that. It was more like a very not good hearted, like, she's probably going to be like that. So I'm just going to not let her do it. Like, I don't even think I knew if you were like that or not. It was more like, I just abhorred the idea in general. I was like, I just thought it was like just a thing that women do. They just throw things on the wall and don't care about the holes they put in the wall. Like, and the poor husband's got to come home and, the wives, I should say, the poor husband's got to come home and like, yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. And I've realized it's dumb. And
well,
yeah,
that's the first time hearing that I can do it in the living room.
When I have something brand new, my goal is always to like, I want to just keep it shiny.
I know.
Yes, and that was the house. But 2.5 years later, 3 years, wow, 3 years almost. Yeah. Next month is 3 years. 3 years later, I'm like, it's not brand new and shiny anymore. I failed. So like, it's okay. Like all things, my father he can actually keep his things brand new and shiny. I have that same exact desire and that bone in my body, but I don't have the talent he has to actually pull it off. Like my stuff just can't stay. It doesn't stay brand new and shiny. I break stuff. So Yeah, my instinct is to always like keep things, no holes in the wall. Mm-hmm. It was stupid. Mm-hmm. I should not have done that. I should have let you from the get-go. All right, what's something people might not know about me? I don't know. I want to ask myself that question.
I want to ask you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Good, because your podcast, you're the guest, so you can. I didn't want to talk about myself, but if you're going to ask me, well, I'll say something.
Okay. What's something that people might not know about you? How'd I do? Was that pretty good?
Pretty good. Depends on who it is. People that know me know this about me. People that don't know me.
Well, that's kind of
People that don't know me?
Well, because that was like the music thing is like, well, people that know me know that I am, but people,
Okay. People that don't know me wouldn't know that. I don't know. We don't really know what people know about us. We have a perception, but we don't actually know if it's true. Because like, if I were to say this, people that like are acquaintances or barely know me or just have observed me would maybe like, no, yeah, I knew that about you. Like we don't really know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you ask. We don't ask. So I don't know. Lots of stuff. There's lots of things. Same for you. Like there is lots of stuff. But if I had to pick one, it would. Go ahead. Go.
I don't know.
No. Go. I don't want you to forget. Just say it.
Just code word often.
Oh, I gotta write the code word down.
Now
is there a code word for the code word?
Now that I've said it all out, I will remember the code word.
Okay. That I'm introverted, but like I enjoy laughing and having a good time, and I
think that's what I would say.
Yep.
Yeah, like.
Yep.
I always want people
to know. Like a weird version of the class clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always want people to know that you're a good time. Like, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, they don't know because they just see. Yeah, like you're like an onion. You have layers.
I love onions, so that's a compliment. I'll take that as a compliment.
You have layers. Yeah, I remember at the in the early years of marriage, being like, I just want people to like know Nick how I know him because he's such a blast.
Yeah.
But I felt like sometimes people would get the more like upfront version.
Right. And I wasn't very good at controlling that in the past. And I've learned as I've grown up a little bit, I've learned the importance of being respectful and not always needing to be careful or comfortable. Like, yeah, when I was younger, I didn't understand that you don't just get to go through life. Like God might have made me an introvert, but he didn't want that to be an excuse to be a jerk. Like to go outside your comfort zone is a calling, and it's just harder for introverts, but it doesn't make it any less important. So yeah, if I could go back and, I would say what's something that's different about you now than when we first got married. That's what I would say. I'd say I've learned the importance of your demeanor and your disposition and your personality aren't an excuse for your behavior. And I've had to learn that the hard way. Like, like I am a quiet, I've always been very shy. I've always been an introvert, like super shy, like sweaty armpit shy, like, oof. Yeah. And I still am like that. I'll go into social situations now where I go right back to being a kid again. And I'm like, I just want to get out of here. Like, it's really hard, but it doesn't give me an excuse to just, go into your turtle shell and be a not nice person or just be quiet or, I don't know. Like it's just been a whole journey for me. But what about you? What's something that is different about you now than when we first got married? This is actually meant to be more marriage related, like between you and I, kind of a growth thing. What's something that's different about you? That, not even. It could be. Could just be different. Doesn't need to be growth. Could be just like.
Tell me what you want from me.
Could be nothing. Dinner on the table at 5 every night.
Okay. All right. Got it.
Seriously. I'm just kidding. What's something that is different about you now than when we first got married / 10 years ago? And it doesn't need to be a growth thing. It could just be like an interest thing. Like I didn't like suspenseful movies back then, but I do now, and I'll watch them with you. Perchance? No?
No.
Dang it.
Okay. I think that I have gotten better in my ability to converse with you.
Was I just like a bore? Like what? What do you mean by that?
No. Okay, let me try again. This is not a bad thing. This is not to make you
It
look
doesn't
bad.
sound good. I enjoy talking to you more than I did.
No. Okay. All right. Let me try again.
Could you?
I didn't know we had coasters. Wow.
Where have you been?
I know my water bottle has been on one this whole time, but I'm just not realizing it. Okay. It's two parts. I have gotten better at putting things more logically, like putting things into words that I'm feeling in order to help you to understand where I'm coming from. So that's the first thing. That's good.
So I'm stupid. Like,
oh my
are
word.
any of your answers going to make me look good?
Guys, I am not trying to make my husband look bad.
Kidding.
Okay.
I will find the humor in anything that you say. Like,
Okay.
I have a weaselly way about me.
Go ahead. The other thing is I've gotten better at, I keep doing that.
Because the diamond's so friggin' big. That wasn't your diamond ring, wasn't it? Was it?
I've gotten better at, what's it called when you like go back and forth with somebody and like
Arguing again?
No, but in the good way, in the fun way.
Oh, like bantering, debating.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yep, like
give it back.
A little, yeah. I've learned how to hold my own opinion a little bit more.
You've grown a spine, and
that's been fun for us because then we can have a little more back and forth. Because before,
sometimes I like a good debate. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to like.
Right. It's who you are.
Have a debate team.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. But a lot of that is learning how to articulate, which it was one of my biggest things. I just struggle with that. Like
you just don't prefer it. I don't know if you struggle with it, but like you just didn't enjoy it.
No.
It wasn't worth your time.
No, it's that I have had a hard time with all of my like thoughts, emotions, feelings, and then actually like getting them up and giving them in a way that is like understandable, palatable. Yeah. That's why it takes me a minute. Like it takes me a long time to
literally. Literally, I got to wait 60 seconds in between for answers. That has been a hot button topic in our marriage. Again, my fault. I'll take the blame.
No, it's not. Like I don't think that I hadn't. It wasn't a skill that I possessed when we got married. Was like figuring out how to have hard conversations. And so when one would come up, you would be more on the like talking side of it, and I would be more on the shut down side of it.
Big talker here.
Big talker, and I would just if you got a little spicy, I would just like whoop. Where's my cocoon? Like whoop.
Yeah.
So it's not a skill that I had developed, and I've worked on it, and I feel like that's one thing that I've grown in. I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm still a work in progress. Like still, you have to wait, and I have to.
Yeah, I do have to wait.
You do.
I have to be patient. I do have like it's good for me.
Yeah, that's the side that you've worked on. Which is
good. Not very successfully, but here we are. Okay, it is time for this and that.
This or that.
Oh.
This or that.
This or that, which is on my phone. We came up with a list. And I got two things going here. iPad, phone. Oh. Okay, ready?
Is this?
No, let's not do rapid fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Morning or night person? We'll do each.
Okay.
Morning or night person?
Okay. Night person.
Barf. Morning person.
Okay.
Oh, I wish we synced up on that more. That'd be so much nicer. If we were both one of like the same.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. What do you mean you're a night person? And why?
Why are you the way that you are?
Can't you change for me? What do you mean you're a night person?
I mean,
we both have kids. Like both of us look like we're neither right now. It's like go to bed early, wake up late. It feels like. So how do you know what you are?
Because if I were going to clean the house, I would stay up late to do it. I wouldn't get up early to do it.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I were going to study, I would stay up late to study. I wouldn't get up early to study.
Not a night person. If I try to do anything that requires my brain at night, it's harder for me. I won't use the cliches my brain shuts down.
Your eyes do kind of glaze over.
My brain does not shut down.
Try playing a board game.
Saying that. Yeah, board games are one of them. My processing.
You are no help on anybody's team.
Yeah, I go from like Microsoft 10 to like Windows XP after 8:00 at night.
Is that bad?
My processing speed sucks.
Okay.
Like go from like fiber optic internet to dial up.
I love that you're putting yourself in fiber optic. What did you say?
Like fiber optic, like high speed internet.
I love that that's where you're putting yourself.
Yeah.
To begin with. That's amazing. It's true.
Yeah. My eyes get tired. My brain slows down. We've played code names a lot at night, and I just cannot do the association. My brain just I lose that like the edge.
Yeah.
And I value, like, I'm a morning person from like the whole cleaning at night thing. I would think like, ooh, I can't wait to get up and do this. It's like, I don't know. I prefer mornings. I'm not always the best at it. No one is. Like all those social media influencers that are like, I wake up at 3 a.m. and I go to the gym and I love it. They're all lying. You can be a morning person, but not be very good at it. Why? Because we're human. We have bodies that are tired. So even if you are a morning person, like it still takes discipline to get up and like be a morning person. But like also, I know some people are probably gonna be thinking, well, morning person doesn't mean you get up at 5. Morning person can be like, well, yeah, I get up at 8 or 9 o'clock and I just love the mornings. That's what I'm like. I'm a morning person, whether I get up at 5 or I get up at 7 or 8, it doesn't matter.
I'm pretty happy.
Shut down at night and I work better in the morning.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'd say I'm a pretty happy morning person. Like I don't.
Yeah, you don't complain. You just don't complain about, you could complain more about most things. Yeah. It's just, you just don't complain at all in general.
That's not true. I wish you would stop saying that.
That's one of the reasons why I married you.
Is that complaining?
Like, oh, she's never going to complain. Yeah, you don't complain.
That's not true.
You're perfect.
I complain.
Saver or spender?
Saver.
Also a saver, but can also spend when the opportunity strikes and I get the itch. But in general, I do not thrive on spending. I can go a whole month without buying myself something and it's effortless. Like literally I can go a whole month without spending a single dime on myself.
Yeah, you can.
And
so that's interesting. It's like we're both savers, but because we're both savers, you're the spender out of the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I doubled down on the saver, but you're like, no, we're going to like.
I'm quick to spend when I get the idea.
Yeah.
But I don't do it often. Yeah. Like I will spend pretty quickly once I have the idea. That's the best way I can say it.
That's good because you help us have fun.
Yeah. Abundance lover or simplicity lover? You go first. Simplicity.
Yeah, I think abundance. I think I'm an abundance lover.
Yep. Yeah, that's a different one. We'd have to
maximizer
or I hate this list. That's not a word. This is maximizer or satisfizer.
Okay, this is the part that I was involved in. So I knew this part was coming up. Satisfizer, I think, is a made up word.
Makes me angry. My phone didn't underline it. I want it to not be a word.
I thought. Okay. Wait, what's the other one?
Maximizer.
Okay. So a maximizer is somebody who wants to know every single option before they make a decision.
Huh, okay.
A satisfizer, again, I think it's a made up word, is somebody who has criteria, but as soon as all of the criteria is met, makes a decision.
Uh-huh. Gets a little bit into the weeds. Okay.
Okay. So clear to me.
Yeah.
So their criteria can be high.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like as soon as they find something that checks all the boxes, they like make the decision and don't look back. Whereas a maximizer might be like, okay, I have this thing. This seems perfect. It checks all the boxes, but let me just look everywhere else to make sure that there's not a better option, and then we'll like circle back.
Yeah. So it's easy to get this confused with like, are you a researcher before you buy stuff? Buy nothing but the best. Different thing. Let's not get that confused. I'm a satisficer. I know what I want.
Right.
And I'll check when the boxes are checked and I approve, like I'll buy it. I'm not it drives me crazy to want to consider every single option of something. But I guess that kind of leaks into like, if you know what you want, you'll do your research, and when you find it, you buy it kind of thing. But I think of it as a buying thing, spending money kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a maximizer. No, it's your turn. You can't just
Did I say?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
I'm a Satisfizer, for sure. Yeah, I do. And I do as little research as possible.
You're like a Satisfizer who doesn't care if the boxes are checked, or?
No, I care, but like,
you'll check the boxes with any information you find just to get you just want to see the boxes checked. And so you'll make excuses to have the boxes checked. I really want this dress from Old Navy. It's pink, check, buy it. Like, what do you mean? How can you be a Satisficer but not care about that?
I just don't do research. I don't know. I'm not a researcher. I am so thankful that you are the researcher in our marriage, in our relationship, in our family. Yeah.
And I'm not even like some people.
I don't know.
I'm not even like
for some things you go pretty deep.
Yeah, this is another thing that my dad is really good at. That I got that from him, but I think he probably is just much better at it than me. I will research something until I don't have the patience to do it anymore. And I'll either just make a decision or I'll curb it and then go back to researching it later. Yeah, I do, but not as much as like the people you think of that are like that. I'm like kind of a happy medium.
Okay.
Yeah. Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Introvert. Phone calls or text messages?
Phone calls.
Phone calls. Were you always like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, like I like texting less than I did now that I have busy children. And have had like baby/toddler hanging on to me for the last, 7-8 years. Yep. But I mean, I would just always prefer a phone call.
Yeah, don't FaceTime me though.
The FaceTime
don't freaking FaceTime me. No. Yeah, all the Gen Zers are like, oh, phone calls. Okay, boomer. Yeah. Call me. Don't text me. Also, don't FaceTime me.
Wow, you're right in the middle.
I'm right in the middle.
You're in the, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, phone calls are so much more efficient, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I used to...
You could just like get on, say what you need to say, get the answer you need to get off.
It's going to be embarrassing.
Text messages, they just draw the conversation out for so long.
Yeah.
So long.
Right, yeah. We just like get to a point in your life where you don't have time to converse about something for half a day when you need to...
It's crazy to me that people are texting businesses now.
Right.
Like instead of
I'm not
making phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, like wait until you can like text a dentist's office. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I just saw a video of a guy like said like advertising they're making like AI phone call receptionists for businesses. And we all know that like that's been around for a while, but this one was like it actually kind of talked to you quicker. And like actually could go, kind of like the ChatGPT thing. So you know how like phone services have been around for a long time, but they can't do everything. Eventually they have to connect you to somebody or they'll just tell you what to do and then hang up the phone. Okay. Well, like this AI service was like, it was an actual receptionist who, like ChatGPT, it had access to everything in the company's computer too. So it could actually book your appointment for you because it had the calendar access. Like, yeah, pretty cool. But people hate that kind of stuff, so it'll never work.
I'm surprised
Nobody
that
wants to answer the phone
prefer phone calls.
I used to not be like that. I used to not.
Oh, really?
I used to not like talking on the phone.
Okay,
but now
because that like shy part of your personality kind of thing?
Yeah, phone calls gave me like heart palpitations. Yeah. Yeah, like I just didn't like the idea of like, they made me nervous for some reason.
Well, yeah, because you're talking to somebody.
Yeah, but now I'm just like, it's the time management. Like,
it's interesting. Yeah, it's
100% call me.
It's funny that like the
text,
shy part of you like gives way to the energy preservation side of you. Yeah.
I will still text. I mean, anybody who's listening, like you don't have to call me. I just like, if it's important, if I pick up the phone and call you, you'll understand. Like I'm good to text, but don't be surprised if at some point in some conversations, I decide to like pick up the phone and call and end it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, me too. But it's just
if
like, if I was choosing one or the other, I'd choose phone call.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that was good. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Winter sucks.
I don't loathe winter the way that you loathe winter.
Yeah, I don't.
I also don't have to snow blow the driveway. So
that's right. Will you mow the lawn more this year? More quiet time, alone time. I'm not looking forward to mowing the lawn this year. Like,
really?
I'm usually like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it as much as I usually do.
Yeah. Can maybe ride on the lawnmower with me?
I'm like, Levi needs to grow a couple inches, or I'm gonna have to tie a phone book to the gas pedal and have him do it. I don't really want to do it.
Seems like a good idea.
I got a good one. Salty or sweet?
Sweet. Easy.
Yeah. Usually salty, savory. Yeah. Whenever I think about this, the first thing that comes to my mind is like a steak. Yeah. I'd always take a steak over a candy bar. Mm-hmm. But I like sweets. Who doesn't love sweets? I still like sweets. Dreams or no dreams? This was yours, and it's dumb because I write dreams.
Oh, sorry. I told you to take it off.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't, and we just said it. So.
All right. I dream a lot, and I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't remember the dreams that, like you say, everybody dreams.
I think so.
But some people, like, you know how you can wake up and be like, oh, I didn't have any dreams last night, like, yes. Or oh, I don't remember. Yeah.
I've heard somewhere that you dream every night, whether you remember it or not.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
So I just we'll change it to, do you remember dreams or don't you remember dreams?
I have an answer to that one. Kind of. I Googled this one time and I forgot what it said.
Okay.
There is yes, I Googled, legit, I asked Google one time, like, why don't you remember your dreams sometimes? Because so my answer is, I do dream, but it feels like very rare these days.
It's always been like that.
Like
you've always been like that.
Maybe once a week, yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that, like, even if you wake up and like you wake up in the middle of the dream, so you know it right away and can remember it immediately when you open your eyes, why 10 minutes later can you not remember your dream most of the time? Like, okay, don't we all have dreams that we remember from like our whole life? Like, I've got like 5 dreams that I'll never forget. That's another question. Why is that? But like most of our dreams, we're going to recall one of our dreams. That'll be fine. No. Yeah. So, but why is it that 99% of our dreams we forget, and like, we know we forgot it? It's like, oh, I remembered it, but now I can't. It's like when something's on the tip of your tongue. Yeah. What is that phenomenon? So I Googled it one time, and there is a biological reason. Google it and see for yourself. There is what is it?
This must be killing you right now.
It was really interesting. I remember it was really interesting.
Where is
but
Brock
I can't remember
what him?
Pull it up, Jamie. Can you Google why we forget our dreams? It was like a biological thing, I think.
Okay.
Why we forget our dreams. Okay, sick. Yes. Okay, I'm really excited. Okay. You say you dream a lot. Okay, so go ahead and pick one of those like never forget dreams and tell us about it.
Does it have to be from childhood? Because
it can be whatever. It can be whatever.
Okay.
But it's got to be one that it can't just be one that you remember. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you have like a select few dreams that you know for some reason you'll never forget? And they're different from other dreams that you like kind of remembered, but like these were like imprinted dreams. You know what I mean? Like oftentimes they're like
pieces of different ones, not the whole dream, but like a few scenes from a dream kind of thing.
It feels like, okay, I remember this one for a reason. Yeah. Like just for some reason you remembered it and you never forgot. Yeah. I've got like 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah. I have some.
Yeah. Tell one.
But I don't want to tell those ones because
from
when I was like little.
Oh yeah. Well, one when I was little, I remember like I had a nightmare about like these like witches were like stirring a cauldron. And I dreamed it the next night too, and so it really scared me. Like something stupid like that.
Right.
Yeah, like, I don't know why. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do a childhood one.
Yeah.
But one of mine is that when we were building
that's crazy.
Our house, I should say.
Okay, time out. Can you remember that? I'll read this and then I can give him his phone back.
Yes. Okay.
We forget dreams due to a combination of factors, including the way our brain processes and stores information during REM sleep. the lack of attention we pay to them upon waking, and the potential for our minds to filter out what they dream. Levels of neurotransmitters like acetylcholine and noradrenaline, which are important for memory consolidation, fluctuate during sleep. During REM sleep, some neurotransmitters may be at lower levels, potentially hindering the ability to store and retrieve dream memories. This is what I found. Our brains may actively filter out dream information, especially if they are deemed unimportant or irrelevant in our waking experiences. Oh, I don't know. That's just so cool to me. Thanks, Jamie. That's just like, yeah. Anyway, okay, go ahead.
Okay. When Tyler and his crew were building our house, I was having
I know this one.
Dreams regularly of things going, terribly wrong.
Right, yeah.
And I realized it was
nightmares.
There was a part of it that I realized this is a control thing. This is like a control issue. Like I am afraid that I can't control what's going on.
Yep.
And things being done. I don't know what I had in my head, but it was just weird having somebody else, be building your house, whatever. It was great. There was no reason that I should be feeling those things, but anyway, so I had a dream where I just knew that I needed to get to the house because something was happening, like the siding was going up, and I needed to be there because they didn't know what siding I wanted yet.
That makes no sense.
And I was stressed because everything kept happening that I wasn't able to get to the house, but they didn't know what I wanted, but they were doing the siding and I knew that. And I arrived and the siding was brown with huge green polka dots, like a huge.
I haven't heard this one.
Very big green polka dots. And I was mortified.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to tell him that that's not like what we wanted, but it's too late. And then, every time you would be like, that's not what we wanted. It's like, oh, sorry, it's too late. Like it's done already. And you're like, no. So
the dream version. Yeah.
Yeah. The dream version. So that was
funny. Brown with polka dots.
It was hideous.
That's pretty,
I will say,
specific for a dream. Yeah.
It was very ugly.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah. So I had some things like that where I kind of realized I'm like such a control freak that, this project happening and all the decisions we're making and all that. Yeah. It was like, it was piling up in my subconscious. So,
yeah. Well, that's what dreams are, right? They're like, relating to experiences that you experience when you're awake.
Yeah.
One dream that I had as a kid that I'll never forget, the Incredible Hulk was chasing me around a town and I was terrified. Yeah. Different than yours. Yeah. I don't know why I had that dream, but it was terrifying. Oh yeah. I was so scared. I remember it was so bad that I remember in the dream hoping I would wake up.
Yes, I've had that for sure. Have you ever woken yourself up from a dream?
Scary. I don't know.
Yeah, I've woken myself up from dreams.
No, I don't really know what that means, and if I've ever done it.
You try really hard to open your eyes.
Oh,
and then you open your eyes. Yeah, the boys have done it. Our boys. Yeah, Levi says regularly, and then I woke myself up. I'm like, I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Did I say he said that regularly? I feel like that's an overstatement.
Okay, semi-regularly then. Yeah, that dream was terrifying. I just remember so specifically, it was a crowded, kind of slum type of neighborhood or whatever, like that you would, and I would kind of it reminds me of maps from that map from Call of Duty, Favela or whatever. It was that kind of neighborhood. Don't know why. And I would find somewhere to hide, but then I would see him bird's eye view, whatever. But where I was still, him he would always find me, and so he was always close to getting me. But in the dream, he was really scary, super angry, hulking, and I knew that if he got me, I'd be ripped apart. It was terrifying. And at one point, I was like, "Just wake up, just wake up!" It was like watching a horror film. I was terrified.
It was usually bears in mine.
Yeah.
I was usually being chased by a bear or something.
Yeah. The opposite of when you wake up from a dream where you won the lottery and are disappointed. I woke up pure relief.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I never had that dream again. But yeah, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
So scary. I was legit terrified. I got to stop talking about it in such detail because I might dream about it again. I'm like 31 years old. I'm going to be peeing my pants. I will pee the bed. Okay. Do you have a favorite pastime? Oh, wait, we're still on this or that. Oh my goodness. Hold the phone.
Do you think this is what people want to listen to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to listen to. So, city or country? We're almost done. City or country?
Country.
Country, because town smells like garbage. So, country. Also, it's quiet. Visit the past or the future?
The past.
That's boring. Why?
You're going to say the future?
I think so. Why? You could see Jesus.
Well, thanks a lot. Now my answer sounds so unspiritual. No, I would love to see life before automobiles.
Like dinosaurs? What do you mean?
No, like early 1800s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let them eat cake. Past or future? For me, future.
Yep. Because
I know that.
You want to see flying vehicles? Is that what you're?
That's kind of scary.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see fly. At this rate, we were supposed to have them like, 5 years ago? According to like 80s Orwell, we'd have flying cars by like 2014. We ain't ever going to see flying cars. That's my bold prediction. We will never see a flying car. Might see flying something else.
That's on the podcast.
But it ain't ever going to be a car.
That's not going anywhere.
It's not going to be a 4-door sedan with wheels that turn sideways and fly. It's never going to happen.
You're saying it might look like an airplane?
We have airplanes. Like that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like if Pat can pull his airplane out with his by hand from the hangar and fly it, we don't need flying cars. We have 700. That thing weighed as much as my motorcycle. Like we're good. We don't need flying cars. I would say because this was actually kind of tough. I think I actually might go in the past because I would say the future if I was like 15 years old because the future is what I would have read in the books. And the books make it look cool.
Who you married, right?
Yeah, that's the books. Yes, those books. Yes, all my romance novels. Yes, that's exactly what. No.
Okay, that's
hard no.
That's why 15-year-old me would have wanted to go in the future to see how I would marry. But
I read these. Okay, so I read these books as a kid called the Pendragon books, and he was a traveler, and there was like 9 realms, and he was the traveler from Earth. He was the traveler from Earth, and each realm. Each realm had one traveler, and the travelers got to go through these wormholes that took them to all of the realms. And each book was one of the realms needed saving from like the bad guy who was the traveler who went to the dark side, like Darth Vader, and he was trying to destroy the realms.
No, sorry.
That's what I would have read as a kid and be like, that's what I want to see the future because like some of the realms were like way in the future, and so the books made them seem cool. But like now the future seems kind of depressing.
I hope that everybody listening knows that this is what I actually have to listen to.
By force.
All the time.
You will listen.
You guys
will
think
not fall
it's
asleep.
just a funny little thing.
You will not interrupt.
He comes home from work and he's like, guess what?
Yeah. Now, I don't know. The future as an adult is like a lot bleaker. It's like, I don't know that I want to see what the world, if I were to like go and see the future and it was like the year 2100, would I like pop through the wormhole and like the earth would be on fire? Like, I don't know that I want to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now things are, as an adult, you get a little bit more of a realistic view. Maybe I would go to the past and like, what would be if I had to name a specific time? I don't know. It's tough because I think everything wasn't as good as the books make it seem. Like, I think life was pretty rough until 1970. Like, oh yeah, I'd go back and see the Renaissance and like, you'd see feces in the streets and it would, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like people, like there's no such thing as a hospital and people are sick. And like, I just don't think that like,
yeah, for sure.
I think that so that being said, like maybe I'd go back and just go back to the Jesus thing. Like, if I had to pick a point in the past where it wasn't going to be like, where I wasn't going to be completely disappointed, right? Mm-hmm. Because like you had expectation, but then like most of history, like actually depressing. right? Like, oh, I want to go back. Like I said, the Renaissance and the feces in the streets. Like, oh, I want to go back and like, I'll go back to like Revolutionary War time and like, you know, like babies don't live past 5 years old. Like, it's just depressing. I feel like the most of history is like actually kind of hard and depressing. So I'd go right back to like, well, I'll see what it was like when Jesus was alive. Can't be disappointed then, right? Yeah. Oh, like the Sermon on the Mount. I would go back and listen to the Sermon on the Mount. Mm-hmm. I think I win. I think I win this game. I think that's got to be like answer number one, right?
Yeah,
the best answer.
Yep, you got it right.
No TV or music.
No TV or no music?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd give up TV.
Me too. Easy.
Nice. You love music.
Yeah, I do. Always. What's something somebody doesn't know about you? Can we go back to that?
It's your
What's
show.
something somebody doesn't know about me is I would be, if I could go back and do life over, I wouldn't change a thing. Is the safe answer. No, in a past life, in an alternate universe.
I can't tell if you're being serious.
It's what I wouldn't change a thing, is what I am going to say.
I can't tell.
What's
happening? I'm so confused.
Whatever that phrase is where people are like, oh, I could have been like, whatever that is. In an alternate universe, I would have been like a rock star. Like, I would have like started a band and like
That's great with
been a rock
with
star.
your cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do love music. And again, I would have been like lead singer of Blink-182 in a past life. Yeah. Like, Okay. Always tired or always hungry? Trick question. Both.
Yeah. Both for sure.
Yeah.
I'm hungry a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like it.
You can't say that.
You're like a size -2. So maybe you should eat something.
You're not allowed to say that on the
You look good.
podcast.
Can I say
Oh,
that?
wow.
Yeah, look good.
I look like I'm hungry all the time.
You look emaciated.
Ergo, you look good. I don't think that's the message you want to put out.
You're like, great. If I ever eat anything, he's going to think I look terrible.
We're going to edit that out.
I'm creating problems here for my marriage. I'm not always tired. I get tired quickly, though. Step on a leg. This is a good one. Step on a Lego or step in pee. This was your idea, not mine.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, it's an easy one for me. It's an easy one.
Guess. Would you say Lego?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, because pee's gross.
I think everybody would have to say Lego.
Dude,
I want
Legos
people to
hurt.
text me. Don't call me, but text me.
Okay, yes.
If they would rather step in pee.
Text your answers to Briele's phone, 315. 555. Okay, so
Because you
0123 American Idol.
think about the cleanup for both.
Okay, I'm going to amend the
Right?
question then. The question actually is, step on a Lego in the dark accidentally where you don't hold back and you actually get it. And it's like pain reverberating through your skull kind of pain. Or stepping in pee.
Same.
Who's pee?
What? Does that make a difference?
Is it my pee? Is it my kid's pee? Is it a stranger's pee? Makes a big difference. Does it not make a difference? Oh, we're not talking.
What?
We're talking like an actual small Lego. You've never stepped on a Lego?
Yes, I have.
Not like I just said though.
Yes.
And you'd rather experience like child labor than step in pee, because that's what stepping on a Lego is like.
Where's the line for you? Like, whose pee would you step in until it's this person's pee, and then you take the Lego?
I do not want to play. I'm not saying names. I'm not going to actually answer that question.
Oh my
yeah,
word.
okay. Maybe Lego, because pee's gross. I'm just going to glaze over that one.
I cannot.
Let's see.
That's crazy, babe.
Dishes or laundry?
Which is worse or which is better?
Which would you rather do? So, which also answers the question, which would you rather not do?
True. I would rather... I don't like doing either of them.
Do you want me to answer based on what you do most consistently and what I'm always asking you to do? I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I think that you would say I keep up better on the dishes.
Oh, for sure. You
than
keep
the
that.
laundry.
Yeah, the dishes are like an everyday thing.
So that's telling. I must prefer to do the dishes than
Yep.
unless that's just
our house.
Unless that's just simply me responding to what needs to be done most.
Yeah. Our house
could be possible.
is a little less strict on like the dishes are done and don't go over into the next day. Like sometimes the dishes will go a day, but they're like always done each day. Like every day a cycle of dishes has gone through like this cycle of its life, whether it lasts overnight or not. The laundry can like get done very sporadically. We don't have a laundry system per se.
Excuse me.
What I would say if that were true.
I have a laundry system. Thank you.
Okay, my idea of a system is like growing up, we did laundry on the weekends. Blacks, whites, lights, darks, or blacks. Whites, lights, darks.
Whites and lights.
Whites, lights, darks, and jeans. That's what it is, jeans.
Oh, okay.
And like it was like every weekend, like that's but like with us, it's more like it's a different system. It's not as strict. Yeah. Yeah. In all fairness, you have a system. If you do, I like to break it all the time. Because I will just insert myself into the day, into the system, and just do my own laundry when I'm ready. Like you'll have the things going. I'll be like, all right, my turn. And I'll just like dump my hamper into the washer and like completely get in the middle of it all.
You're just telling everybody else because I know.
Yeah.
I know this. Yes, that's correct.
All right. So you said dishes. Yeah.
Yep.
I would say, neither. I'll start a load of laundry. Hate to fold them. Do not like load in the dishwasher. Like, I'm gonna say I hate them both equally.
That one you're off the hook. I have told you do not have to load the dishwasher.
Oh, you're so kind. You're so kind. You want to tell the truth? You want to tell the God honest truth and stop lying, you little liar.
First of all, two things can be true at the same time. So I'm just gonna say that.
You are leaving out very important parts here. You don't want me loading the dishwasher.
I said, two things can be true at the same time.
We have a dishwasher that does not make sense to me, and I have given up trying to make it make sense. The dishes just get thrown and piled in the dishwasher. That is why you don't want me loading the dishwasher.
No. I'm okay with that.
Oh, I don't rinse the plates enough?
See.
We have a flipping dishwasher. Go ahead. We'll air it out.
Talk about airing out our dirty laundry.
I have refused to rinse the dishes as much as you wished that I would, and so our dishes will get crusty they'll come out crusty still. That's my guess. Am I right? Is that it?
I genuinely don't mind if you don't load the dishwasher because you don't enjoy loading the dishwasher, and I will do it.
Okay, I take back everything I said.
Thank you.
Now I feel bad.
However,
I made the ultimatum myself. I said, I'm done. I'm not loading the dishwasher. And then I felt bad and was like, I can't do that. That's not fair.
Yeah, but when you did that, I was like, that's okay.
I know, but then I still felt bad about it.
Okay.
But you still let me off the hook.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, I refuse to take care of the children anymore. Like it just felt silly to me. Like I can't refuse to do something. Wow. It was more like I said, okay, I will still do it, but I can't do it. I can't do it the way you do it because these little splines that stick up don't make any sense to me. Yeah, like the little things in the dishwasher, like they're all crooked and angled. Instead of just like straight up, just stick them straight up. And I'm like, I can't. I'm done trying to think of it like a Rubik's Cube. I'm just going to throw the dishes in.
Yeah.
And I can do it that way.
And so here's the thing. If you're home with the kids in the evening and you're on dinner cleanup, if you do that and throw everything into the dishwasher,
you're just happy to see clean counters.
Yes, absolutely. However, if you load it and then I have to come behind and try to fit more things in because I can fit double what you can fit in the dishwasher because I know exactly what needs to go in each little spline space, then I'm like, I have to take out everything you did and then like do it right so I can fit the rest of the dishes in.
Fair enough.
But all that being said, you don't like it, and I think that's okay. I think I can handle loading the dishwasher.
All right, let's speed around these. Okay. Optimist or realist / pessimist?
Yeah, clearly a pessimist wrote that one.
Yeah, written by a pessimist.
Yeah,
optimist or realist. Yeah.
I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist.
Yeah.
I've heard every pessimist say that.
That's true. I don't really know. I don't really know. I pass.
Yeah, I know.
Pass.
Me too.
Lame.
We are both.
Lame.
Honestly, I feel like
both.
the times that I'm pessimistic about something, you're optimistic, and then we switch when we need to. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balloon string. We had this conversation already. Emotional or logical?
Yeah, we had this conversation too.
Yeah, logical.
Yeah.
Lover or fighter? I'm like a bit of both. Yeah.
What does this
It's like the apocalypse question.
What does
like,
this mean?
I'm not a huge
What is
fighter,
this
but
question?
like, if I'm angry, I can be a fighter. But like,
Yeah, this is a different
Or, like,
question than
survival.
like fight or flight.
survive. Yeah, right. But
Right,
like
it's
lover,
different.
yeah, no, I
Lover,
see the
fighter.
value in
I
yeah, it's more
quite
like
know.
how you handle situations, I guess. I don't know. Probably I know that lover is correct.
For what?
Like that's how you should be. Should be a lover. Because that's what Jesus said.
Oh, okay. So then that's what I am.
Yeah, that's what we should be.
Yeah.
All right, that was good.
Okay.
All right, we'll close out here in a little bit.
Okay.
Pushing 2 hours here. Okay, we'll close on something fun. The Island Rocky story. So, like 2 hours before we came here, Brielle and I are like alone. Levi's gone at Grand and Grandpa's house, and Isla and Rocky maybe sleeping, so she's out of the picture. She's taking a nap. Nothing to worry about there. Isla and Rocky. This is what it's like having children, audience. So, if you have children, you'll relate to this. If you haven't had children yet, consider this before you have children. Not saying like bad, but like just consider it. Isla and Rocky are the only two children that are at the house and not sleeping.
Okay, and they're 5.5 and 3.5.
5.5, 3.5.
Yep.
Rocky's a boy, Isla's a girl. Typically, right now, they're not like best buds. They're not at that stage where they're like playing together.
Yeah.
Without like some kind of conflict happening every 5 minutes or whatever. Like there is no quiet play. Okay. So anyway, Brielle and I are like getting ready to go, kind of talking. We're coming up with, we're listening to the podcast and like whatever, coming up with some talking points. And I noticed, I don't know if you did, but like it was quiet. That like feeling that every parent has, like, wait a second, it's too quiet in here.
Mm-hmm. Too quiet.
Which we have a creek out back. We have like, there's some stuff that can happen in our, like, it's just always like, no, did one of the kids fall in the creek? I don't know.
Don't listen to this, mom and dad.
You always go right to worst case scenario, but like, that's never what it is. It's just the weird things that your brain thinks of when you don't know where your children are. So last we knew they were like upstairs or playing. I don't even know. We just realized
we knew they were eating a snack at the island.
Snack. Okay,
yeah.
Sure. So I like go out and I'm like, where are Rocky and Isla? I open the back door and I don't see them. And my first thought is like, well, this can't be good. Like something's wrong.
I just thought they were getting into mischief. Like, they're playing.
Or yes, exactly.
Like over.
Correct. I thought a little bit of that too. Like we're going to have to clean
yard.
something up here in a minute. Or somebody's like, is Rocky trying to pull Isla out of the creek? I don't know. Like just whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Lo and behold.
Yeah.
That was kind of.
That was pretty.
Yeah. Well, like I'm a dad. So like.
Yeah.
My little girl, right? Worst case scenario, kind of like this is where we go, all right? Like we go dark fast.
Thinking about Rocky at all?
We panic. Yeah. Well, I think Rocky could hold his own with the creek right now. So it's like 2 years ago I would have thought that about Rocky. Like, oh crap.
Man, you're gonna make people so scared.
Okay. Anyway, the creek is like this deep. So again, it's like
deep?
this deep.
People.
There. Okay.
That's about.
Long story
about
short,
2 or 3 inches.
I go upstairs and I'm like, hopefully they're up here, but hopefully like the toilet's not overflowing because Isla put a toothbrush down there, like whatever. I hope the door to their bedroom, to the boys' room is closed. I open the door and Rocky and Isla come like prancing up to the door. They were both in Rocky's bedroom playing with the train set together quietly.
There's so many things here. So many things. First of all, playing.
It was quiet. They were not getting into trouble.
No arguing.
They were playing.
They were playing with what?
Trains.
Toys. What?
Not like jumping off the bed, not like breaking something, not
playing
doing
with
something.
Like power tools.
Right. They didn't have, they weren't like scratching the wall
like
with sticks. Like,
actual toys that were bought for them to play with. It's mind-boggling.
And then together. Yeah. Rocky and Isla playing together quietly for such a long time at that. It was like 20 minutes, it felt like. So like that, so anyway, the funny anecdote here is that what it's like being a parent is that when the house goes quiet, it's not that you never think, oh, maybe the kids are like upstairs playing together nicely, not arguing, quietly with actual toys we got them. like not once did either of us think that. It's always like, what's going on? What's wrong? What are they breaking? Like, is one of them hurt? Like, you never expect it to be like, oh, maybe they're upstairs playing nicely together. But like, anyway, to end on a good note there, like one of the fun things about that is like, that's how kids surprise you. And like, it's so fun. And like when I opened the door and they came prancing up and Rocky goes, we're playing with the train tracks in his little voice that he does for some reason. And Isla's like, yeah, trains. It's like super cute and adorable. And yeah, parenting is totally worth it. So consider that and have kids. We can do a closeout question.
Okay. Do you have one?
I do. I'm kind of fleshing it out a little bit.
Okay. Because I also have one. And I feel like people are going to be upset if I don't come back to the code word that I said earlier.
Oh.
Yeah. So
often. I wrote it down. Go ahead. Often.
Okay. So this is my closeout question. Okay. And then we'll do yours. Yeah.
You can't have two closeout questions. We'll have to decide which one is best. We'll have a tournament. We'll have to do like a who's. No, we can do yours. Mine was like not that great. So mine is like a question from like, what's the hardest thing that happened to you in 2024? We're in like April of 2025. So I was trying to turn it into like, what's the hardest thing that's happened to you this year so far? I don't know that I was going to be able to make that sound good. So go ahead. I was like working through something. It was going to be good.
Okay. Well, oh my word. What? Okay. What is a phrase that you hear me say often?
I write them down, so.
There's a no, not those phrases. Not the phrases I mess up.
Specifically.
Okay. No, when I say mine, you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
I have a couple. Here are mine for you.
Wait. I want to pay full attention. So.
It's more of a like.
I guess I only started writing them down recently.
Not those. Oh no, not those.
I have one in my phone. Apparently, they're written down somewhere else.
Oh, I have more from yours.
Hit the ground with your feet running.
That is so.
I gotta find out where I wrote the rest of those. That is so sad. I need to find them. Oh, okay.
That is not what I meant.
Sorry, I wasn't making. I was thinking about myself. Will you repeat the question and then I will answer it? You can hit me. You can hit back with one of mine.
Producer, where's my phone?
Where is your phone?
It's in the pocket of my purse. You pulled out that? I've got some of my own.
I need to. Oh crap! I didn't come locked and loaded.
I can't believe you. I can't believe you would do that to me on the podcast.
Come on, we need to hit the ground with our feet running here.
You just wait. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I don't know, Brielle. I think our competition is pretty stout.
So not very good, not very competitive.
Sometimes the footwork is just done for you. Not the legwork. Oh, I'm just trying to be on top of the ball.
It did. I forgot you also keep a list on your phone.
And if only you had something with 2 numbers and 2 arms, referring to a wristwatch.
You like asked me the time or something. If only you had something with 2 numbers and 2 arms.
They're called hands.
That's hilarious.
They're called hands. Okay.
All right.
Back at ya.
Holster them. Go ahead with your question.
Okay. What is something, a phrase, or it doesn't have to be a phrase, but mine for you is like the start of a phrase.
Okay.
That you hear me say often, that I hear you say often. Mine for you, I have 2.
Want to know some of my pet peeves? You want to hear a new pet peeve? I got a pet peeve. Can we talk about pet peeves?
No.
Can you say, will you please just give us, we need to know that you're not perfect.
I'm not perfect. I've already said that.
I think you're perfect.
You know I'm not perfect.
I need you to say a pet peeve on air, documented, something that just
I told you I wasn't going to do this. He said, let's do pet peeves. And I said,
How about if you give me one, I won't
really
read my whole list. I'll just keep it to one.
Oh, okay. If I do one, you'll do only one?
Pet peeve segment.
Yes. We're
quick segment. Yeah.
Okay. You won't do your whole list?
No.
Okay. because one of your common phrases is, you know something I hate?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Okay. I will say one.
All
if
right.
you will, and say one.
Okay. Oh, the garage door.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's the apocalypse.
When people do not use a four-way stop correctly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep. I cannot stand that.
That's a good one.
It really gets me.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep. First come, first serve, people.
I'm not
we all know.
to
we all know.
road rage, and I try really hard to keep it at bay, which is not always easy.
It's first come, first serve, right?
And when somebody doesn't know how to use a four-way stop, that gets me.
Is it first come, first serve? And then if you get there at the same time, it's the person go to your right?
On the right, yeah.
The person to the right, who's on the right?
Yeah, the person who's on the right.
I really hope we're right, because if we're not, this makes us both look really bad.
I think I've come up with a little bit of a theory that because I'm a woman, men who are at the four-way stop, who have come to a stop before me, like to let me go first.
Don't do that.
I think they're being chivalrous. Maybe they think they're being chivalrous, but I'm just like,
I'd prefer if you just follow the rules. Yeah.
The rules of the road.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that gets me.
Yeah. Down with the patriarchy, right?
It also just adds so much confusion. Like when somebody doesn't know what to do, all the other people are like, it's your go. And then people start going out of turn because then they're like, well, if you're not going, then I'm going to go. And oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
See,
you got me going.
That's like a real life one, though. That's like, see, mine are all stupid. That's a good one. My newest one is like, I watch a lot of contractor content. Like I'll see a lot of builders on who have TikToks and like we'll do little quick little voiceless tutorials of them like doing something. Like the video will be like just them doing something and they got a video of it and it's catchy.
Yep.
Like I can't stand it when they like tap what they're doing and then do it.
I thought that was...
It bothers the crap out of me. Well, like, yeah, there are people that do that too, but like
okay.
contractors are doing it. Or like when they wave at you, they go like this. Oh, like it's so like, it irks me. Like just do it, like just start the video. So like there's a guy like that'll do like he's like showing like mudding and taping. And he's like, just before he like spreads the mud in his tape, he like does this to the camera. Like, come along. I'm like, no, stop that. Just do the thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
That's funny.
We'll close out with the phrase thing. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. My phrase for you is, did you know? Did you know? Yeah, that's the start of the phrase.
That's
I feel
not
like
good.
I hear it's great.
Oh, no.
It is.
Good. Nope, that's
it's
not
what
good.
it's what, oh my word.
That's
it's
not
what
good.
people it's one of the many things that people love about you. You're so knowledgeable.
That's hilarious.
And it's fun. Like usually, you just like have a little like
Yep.
tidbit to add. That's
Okay,
great.
so
but
little-
even at home,
Yeah.
you'll say that to me a lot. Like, did you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh, you
I'm
even
like,
said it like him. Oh, no. Okay.
Here we go.
Real quick. It's funny because lately we've discovered a guy on Facebook or social media who does these videos. He's a contractor and he does these videos and his tagline is, did you know? All of his videos start with, did you know? You know what I'm talking about? I've shown you. Okay. That's
I don't
how
know.
all of his videos start. It's this thing like, did you know? Everything starts like that.
Okay.
And he had like, he's no idea what he's talking about.
You were doing it first.
Oh, so like I don't want to be associated with that anymore. Okay. Did you know? But I'm usually right? Like I know what I'm talking
you're
about.
just saying something fun, or you're like filling me in on,
That's right.
cool things, or telling me about the latest nerdy thing you're looking up or whatever. Like, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, like our conversation on the way over here.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. Would
That's
you like
funny.
to tell them what you were informing me of?
No, we'll keep that private. Okay. Your catchphrase. Is that what you said? Catchphrase?
Sure.
Tagline?
Something I say a lot.
I love you. You're amazing, Nick. That's what you say a lot. Can I make you a sandwich? Just kidding. Do you have one? Do you know yours already? You said that.
I could think. I've thought
You're
of
putting
one.
me on the spot.
I know.
I'll probably remember. I might ask you for a hint.
No, that's not a right or wrong. It's like,
Oh, but I want to be right.
when we ask the kids, like, what's something that daddy says a lot? And they give a cute answer. It's like that.
Don't pee in my undies. Don't poop in my undies. Don't pee in my undies. Don't poop in my undies. That was Levi potty training. Can I phone a friend? Can I ask? Can you give me a hint?
It's not a.
Oh, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. All right. I'll say it also.
Okay.
I think that I say to you a lot, wouldn't it be fun?
Oh, ... Yep.
Yeah. And I'm usually referring to a house project.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Do I do them? What's the response most of the time?
Why are you asking me that?
Like, do I do it? Like, how do I, like, do I do a good job of like responding well to that? Or I'm like, oh, another house project. 50-50.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends. I get my timing right sometimes.
Yep. So what was the hardest thing that happened to you in 2024? All right. This has been the Briele podcast, where I did most of the talking, probably. Okay.
Thanks for tuning in to listen
fun.
to me.
In case you didn't know, Briele and I are married. Don't know if that came. So yeah, that was fun. I got nothing else to say. That was a good time.
Sweet.
You were nervous.
I'm always nervous.
Did it go well?
Yeah.
No reason to be nervous.
Right.
Went good.
In theory, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Doesn't matter though. I'm always nervous.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here and thanks for coming. Now I got to drive you home. Like I brought you, now I take you home. But thanks for coming. You have such a pretty smile. All right. That's all, folks.
Okay.